Hello and welcome back. The following problem is a two-part question. It states, what are the atomic number, mass number, and symbol of the chlorine isotope with 18 neutrons? Second part of the question says, how many protons, electrons, and neutrons are present in an atom of chromium-52? The first thing that we need to know before we can tackle this problem is the notation for isotopes. We have two different notations that we use. We use one that looks like this, in this fashion, where A is our mass number, which is the number of protons plus the number of neutrons, and we have our atomic number, which is my number of protons. Another symbol that we use is denoting it by the mass number and the atomic symbol, where X is our atomic symbol. Well, now that we know the notation that we're using, we can easily approach this problem. So for part A, we're looking at chlorine with an isotope of 18. So we know the number of protons because the atomic number never changes, so Z is equal to 17 for chlorine. And in order to find A, this is the number of protons plus your number of neutrons, so it's 17 plus 18, because this is the number of neutrons that they're telling us, and this is equal to 35. So we could have written this in two different notations, 35-chlorine or the following notation, and both are correct. The reason why we denote it with the mass number is because an isotope is only varying in the number of neutrons for a specific atom. So they have the same number of protons, but the neutrons are different. In the part 2, it says how many protons, electrons, and neutrons are present in an atom of chromium-52. Well, if they're telling us my mass number is 52, we can go ahead and find out the number of neutrons present because we know how many protons there are, because if we find chromium on the periodic table, it tells us we have 24 protons available. So 52 minus 24 is going to give me 28, and this is how many neutrons I have. So the number of protons I have is 24. This is a neutral atom, so the number of electrons I have is also 24. The number of neutrons I have is 28. Make sure when you approach this problem, you know the different notations that you can use and what each component of that notation stands for. Thank you.